A very good evening to viewers and listeners. I am Muhammad Mansour Mashu with Safalma News. The headlines. APC members are only to affirm the next leaders of the party nominated through consensus. Supreme Court upheld the registration of 22 political parties by INEC. Federal government urged to hand over Ajekuta Steel Company to Kogi State government. US and EU signs gas deal to curb reliance on Russian oil. The news in details. The chairman, All Progressive Congress, National Convention Subcommittee on Media, Governor Abdullah Hisl of Nasarawa State, says members will only go and affirm the next leaders of the APC, who will be nominated through consensus. The governor, who disclosed this at the Buhari House National Secretariat of the party, said latest engagement by stakeholders of the party is in line with the tradition of APC geared towards consensus arrangement in order to promote unity, entrench progressive tendencies, and sustain APC legacies beyond 2023.
And from what you can see, the signs, as I mentioned earlier, are being driven towards a consensus arrangement so that we can have a very, very peaceful convention, after which most of the political activities will begin and which will lead into the success of this party at most of the elections that we are going to have next year by the grace of God.
The federal government, in collaboration with the Maize Association of Nigeria and the Central Bank of Nigeria, has unveiled the second maize pyramid in Kaduna State. The President of the Maize Association of Nigeria said, in addition to food security, maize farmers are committed to making Nigeria with adequate available maize surplus for exportation to increase the country's GDP. He said, despite security challenges and climate changes which host huge problems, Kaduna ranks high as the largest producer of maize in Nigeria, as the production raised from 10.5 million metric tons to 12.2 million metric tons in 2021. The Federal High Court in Abuja has dismissed State Attorney General's suit on $418 million Paris Club refund. It says the 36 state attorney generals have not shown enough evidence to accord them the right to institute the action. Meanwhile, Supreme Court has upheld the registration of 22 political parties carried out by the Independent National Electoral Commission. The parties were among the 74 scrapped in 2022 by INEC following their poor performance in previous elections. This news is coming through from Safalma TV Radio Online. You can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, or search us at www.safalmatvradio.com for more details. The senator representing Kogi West Senatorial District, Senator Smart Adeyemi, has urged the federal government to hand over Ajekuta Steel Company to Kogi State government. The senator, who briefed National Assembly correspondents on the urgent need to resuscitate the dilapidated industry, stated that if authorized to take over the management of the giant steel complex, the Kogi State government will put it back on track.
Kaduna State, with far less quantum of iron ore, Mala El-Rufai, he has completed a steel mill that they have over 3,000 workers that will start work in the next few weeks. Now, the one in my state, we are handicapped with the federal system of government we are running. Hand it over to Yaya Dozabe, hand it over to our state government. Great job. We employ people. I went to an state complex. They showed me a crusher that was capable of producing 50 tons per hour. Small crusher. And I asked the man, where did you buy this one? He said, we took all the materials here to build this crusher.
The Ukrainian President Zelensky calls for global protests to demand an end to the Russian invasion. The call came at a time when the European Union summit is on course in Brussels, which the US President Joe Biden attended with a disclosure of further sanctions against Russia, signs gas deal between to curb reliance on Russian oil. The US says it has determined that the Russian forces have committed war crimes in Ukraine. To end the news, a recap of the headlines. APC members are only to affirm the next leaders of the party nominated through consensus. Supreme Court upheld the registration of 22 political parties by INEC. Federal government urged to hand over Ajakuta Steel Company to Kogi State government. US and EU signs a gas deal to curb reliance on Russian oil. With that, we end Safalma News. Thanks for staying with us.